Federal investigators are trying to figure out what caused a hot air balloon to crash, killing 4 people and seriously injuring another. Police say the balloon went up early yesterday morning with 13 people on board.
8 of the passengers skydived to the ground, and shortly after their jump, an unknown issue occurred.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. For 12 News at 5, I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Tram Mai. Tonight we have team coverage on this developing story. 12 News journalist Adriana Loya is standing by in our newsroom with what she's uncovered about the victims. But we want to start right now with 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra, who's in studio. And Gabby, what are authorities saying about a possible cause of this accident?
Well, Tram, Mark, that could take a while to find out, but tonight investigators haven't found any mechanical issues with the balloon during their initial examination. They separated the balloon from the gondola and say everything appears to be intact. The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, identified the hot air balloon as a Kubasek BB-85Z. The manufacturer says this model can carry a pilot and between 12 to 16 passengers. Investigators say the balloon crashed in the desert after an unspecified problem occurred with the envelope, which is the part that is full of hot air and makes it rise, or it looks like the balloon. Investigators will examine the envelope for any anomalies. There was an electronic device and a video camera in the balloon, and investigators say those could hold relevant flight information. A hot air balloon pilot tells me crashes like this are not common.
It's extremely rare to float atop, because it means you have to be going up at least 13, 14, 1,500 feet a minute, and the balloon is not supposed to, by the manufacturer, go over 1,000 feet per minute.
Investigators are still interviewing witnesses and participants. They've also collected maintenance records for the balloon and the pilot's flight experience. We're expecting a preliminary report from the NTSB within 30 days. A probable cause and contributing factors will be detailed in a final report, which could take between 1 to 2 years. Back to you guys.
All right, Gabby, thanks. As we continue our coverage of this deadly hot air crash, authorities have begun identifying the victims.
Yeah, 12 News journalist Adriana Loya spoke with family members. Adriana.
Well, Mark and Tram, as you can imagine, and families are heartbroken. This tragedy impacted so many families all over the U.S. Some of them have already made their way to Arizona to try and get their loved ones' remains. What was supposed to be a thrilling experience ending in tragedy. A hot air balloon crashing, killing 4 passengers. On Monday, authorities identifying the 4 victims as 28-year-old Shayton Wishalak from Michigan, 28-year-old Caitlin Bartram from Indiana, 24-year-old Araham Killicoat from California, and the pilot, 37-year-old Cornelius van der Walt, originally from South Africa, but a resident of Eloy, where the crash happened.
He was an outdoors person. He was getting into helping his dad and I with the farm.
Shayton's mother telling 12 News her son loved camping and trying out new things, a mechanic at a dry ice manufacturer and part-time DJ. He was in Arizona vacationing with his girlfriend.
How did you guys find out about what had happened?
His girlfriend, who was one of the jumper skydivers, called me. She just said that his balloon went down and crashed and I needed to get out here. That's where I stopped, right there. I hung up and was finding a way to get to Arizona.
Among the victims, Katie, a registered nurse, and Cornelius, the balloon's pilot and owner of Dropline, the company behind the rides, which, according to its website, was formed in 2017. The company writes they do daily balloon rides in Eloy and Moab, Utah throughout the year. Social media videos show skydivers jumping out of the basket and a sole operator landing the balloon at times. Authorities say 13 people were on board Sunday's flight. The skydivers safely landed. 4 passengers died, and 23-year-old Valerie Stutterham currently fighting for her life.
How do you wrap your head around what happened?
You don't. You just don't. It's just a broken piece. It's gone.
Chayton was the oldest of 2.
Those were the only 2 sons I had. Now I have 1.
I am so
But I
sorry.
do know he was very happy with what he was doing and whom he was with.
Mother tells me she plans to bring her son's body back to Michigan and is confident. She says that authorities will get to the bottom of what went wrong. Live in the Alert Center, Adriana Loya, back to you guys.